it's all said, roads and taxes. I have no idea how we're gonna control roads and taxes if we don't do this, okay? And
You've been doing it for how many years?
well, I've lived in the town for 50 years.
I know, but the townspeople have been maintaining everything in the town up until this point. They've never been defunct.
But in the last the last budget thing, we looked at 17% tax increase. And we got it down, we got it down, and we got it down. We've done that every year since I've been on the board. Sooner or later, we're gonna have to pay the piper. And you're not gonna be able to drop it. You know, I got friends who are.
Maybe you should start raising taxes on the people that you should be, instead of picking on certain residents.
Well, I would hope,
Maybe you should look at it that way.
well, I'd hope that our assessor's doing their job and she's being fair.
You know, part of this financial situation is because of you, Mike, and Bud Phelps. You know, you got out of the shared services, that's costing the town probably $20,000 a year extra. You went and gave Gary Hammond,
I think you're out of order.
no, I'm not out of order,
Yes,
I'm
you are.
talking. Were you brought up in a barn? Excuse me, I'm talking.
Guys,
I'm just bringing up a financial point here, that shared services cost over $20,000 right there. Then they turned around, didn't negotiate with the union, gave Gary Hammond family insurance, that's probably another $5,000 there, okay? Then, I brought it up to your attention 2 or 3 times that you're supposed to have an audit years ago, you didn't do anything, and then that ended up costing us twice as much as what it should have done in the first place. So you guys have just spent and spent and spent and put us in this situation. We've gotten by for the last 100 years without windmill money, but we can thank you and Mr. Phelps for putting in this situation.
all right, let's stop getting off tangent. What's the plan for this? So we can move on. Focus.
Bring us, let's get some of that stuff for in here.
We don't have time for that. You're going away for,
That's right. You got a week.
No, we've had something every month for the last 7 months.
yeah, I'm sick of
We've
it.
had some foolish
It's not foolish.
notion,
We were all pretty
whatever,
good last
whatever it
month.
was. We've had some little problem brought up every month by Mr. Flansburgh.
Actually, Bud, you are the one that made the motion to send this to the county and approve this first.
I guess you forgot me, like a lot of things.
Yeah, he does.
And that was the time at the last meeting, is to make these changes.
He does it all the time.
So the county sent back some results, right?
Yes.
So there wasn't anything wrong with sending it to the county?
No. Not this one.
So the county gave some report back and?
Yes.
Right. Only we didn't follow their advice to start with. And they had a 45 EVA. I did everything basically across the board. LEQ. And as far as I'm concerned, we should have followed that. A lot of this other stuff, a few words here, there, and yonder that we've changed in these amendments to have them amounted to a dam, maybe to something that,
There's no, they had no question about those, there was no problem with
yeah,
it.
that stuff, I mean, pretty picayune, but when you get into this wastewater business.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people on the other side too.
What?
No, I look at it, the town needs the money, there's no doubt about it. And we should come together and quit being hard-headed and there's some things here that
You're the hard-headed one.
All right, let's turn to page
call me
16.
what you want.
Page 16. So 8.13. This is where the L10 is. Attorney Fulham, if we change this right now to LEQ to a time we agree on, can we vote on this now, if that's the only change that we do? If we have supermajority? Since it's just a technicality change.
So the only change you're making is to introduce a time limit rather than,
For example, it'd be 50 dBA, LEQ, and then the time limit instead of L10. And we would do it for 1, 2, 3, and that. And then down on B, we would change the 65 dBZ to LEQ for a time limit. So if that was the only changes we made, could we vote on it tonight and pass it?
it's not, in the words of one of our former presidents, crystal clear, but I believe, yes, that would be something that would be, could be argued, that is not disagreeing with anything that the county planning board has said.
Okay. Well, it is,
So-
we won't be
and-
taking their other things into consideration, just this part.
Just that. I represent a number of different municipalities. Some of them are pro-windmill, some of them are not pro-windmill. And so I take a position that I have my own opinions, but as an attorney, I'm neutral and I answer the questions my clients present, but I try to remember things that I hear. In another town, the attorney for the wind developer basically made an interesting comment that the difference between LEQ and L10 was insignificant. And on that, they indicated that they saw no problem with a change from the L10 to the LEQ. And that has gone forward, changed without sending it back to the county planning board. It's in a different county, but that's, and I was surprised by that that was the position that the developer took on that. So I think you're within bounds to say that would not be a change that would be so significant that would require demanding it back to the county planning board.
Mike, as a developer?
I'm not gonna pretend to know if that is a significant change or not, because I think a sound expert is gonna have a perspective on its significance to change from L10 to LEQ. I can tell you that it is a difference. So, you know, I'm not a lawyer. I do not know if that is a problem. But, you know, LEQ is something that we support. You know, if that is the only change made, you know, Emily, like we discussed, there's still the one sentence about the type of turbine we have to select, the lowest noise model, but it does not state that is suitable for the characteristics of the site. So that isn't a change, that is not in this current wind law.
But as we discussed, that's when you choose your model, you choose the lowest one that fits.
Yeah,
You guys
I think
are
we're on the
totally
same page. I totally think
over
we're.
analyzing that sentence.
Yeah, I mean, when we read the sentence, it says, the developer will install the lowest noise model available within the selected manufacturer's options, period.
So when you, and Seth and I went back and forth on this, when you select a model, you make your selection that will work in the terrain, and then you choose the lowest noise model
So we just select the
within that
model.
selection.
So the manufacturer, for instance, is Nordex.
Mhm.
Nordex has all the models.
Mhm.
We would then select the model that works for the site, and hopefully that's the lowest noise. Like, we really do hope that is the case.
Because if it's not the lowest noise, you can't put it there, right?
Right, so there could, Nordex might have a model that is lower noise than the one that actually works for Fremont.
But you're over analyzing this. Just, we're asking you to choose they have low noise models, that have more insulation, maybe gear drive, that would work for the town.
Cost.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Cost for the
we're,
company.
you know, we're saying the same thing. It's just, we're gonna get questioned about this sentence when we go, you know, forward with the project. And we might have to return. So, you know, maybe we take care of that later, since we're all,
That's all
you know,
it is.
I
We
prefer
all-
to take care of that later, just switch this LEQ,
Oh, come on.
we can come up with that.
Just to clarify from a legal viewpoint, so you're not accepting all of the recommendations from the county planning board.
No,
You're accepting the one recommendation
yes,
as to LEQ rather than L10.
yes.
Other than that, you're proposing to adopt the local law as it was previously looked at and referred to the county.
Mhm.
Okay.
That'll be okay?
Yes, I believe.
Legally?
I believe that that's something that you can do and go forward on. I will never know for sure unless someone challenges it and the court approves it. If no one ever challenges it, then we can go forward. So it's one of those things, I have opinions, judges make decisions, and I can give advice based upon what's available to me at any given moment.
So Mike?
Me? Yeah.
Is that what you want?
That's what
Excuse me, Emily, when you're changing it to the LEQ, are you also gonna lower that, is it 1 hour, and can you lower that to 10 minutes?
I'd like to do 10 minutes.
I think that's, you know what, I'll
Then
deal
you
with
still
that.
have your average.
Yep,
that.
Then
I-
for testing
I-
purposes, someone only has to test for 10 minutes. An
So-
hour, you can do a lot of things.
My recommendation would be for us to get a sound expert and make sure that this is right, so we do not have to come back and do it again. Because I don't know if you put 10 minutes in this wind log, if that, one, is material and it has a significant impact. Like, that's not a simple change of LEQ and L10.
Well, we can just go with what the county put, and they'll put LEQ with no time frame.
With no time frame.
Yeah, that's what they put.
Again, like, we have not reviewed the county's opinion, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, if you wanna adopt what the county says, because, you know, I trust the county has done their homework. I mean, it seems like they put a lot of thought and effort into it.
You guys are in the business of wind power. Don't you think you would have people that are affiliated, that know what they're talking about on sound? Don't you
We
think
do.
you would send somebody that was knowledgeable?
Yeah, we do have those
You
people.
keep answering that you don't know.
We're ready to bring them here, so.
No, I'm saying your company.
Yeah.
There's obviously a reason it comes down to money. It has to be. Cause you keep scapegoating.
No, I'm not, you know, I don't wanna come off as scapegoating. I offered the board that a sound expert show up tonight, and that was turned down, so.
was it
Right,
your
but
sound expert?
there's gotta be a reason for that little bit of a jump. It must come down to economics with your company. It must cost you more. It has to.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason you're holding out.
No, you know, I completely agree, and I think you're spot on, is that.
Exactly, you could tell the people, they already know.
Yeah, we've already told everybody, it's.
See, but when you're not being honest, that's why people get mad. They get upset that you're not being honest.
I
And you
think,
keep dragging this town through the same hoop every week, every month.
It'll have to be 30.
yeah, just to respond, you know, we did open up the meeting by saying that this is a significant impact to the project. So yes, economically, it is a significant impact. So we stated that earlier today, we've stated that previously. And anytime Like, we wanna be open
You
and
guys
honest with
came
everybody.
here under the old law, knowing quite well that you were gonna have to abide by that law. Now you wanna go higher.
What do you think, about 30 minutes?
I think it'll always be hours rather than minutes.
Yeah, make it a year.
Maybe a year, just so we can get you out of there.
There you
Or
go.
we can back them right
We can
in.
get you out of there, now we can change it
Well,
all.
it's an average is what it is, and I can't see how you can do it in seconds.
It's not,
One of those things, you get a noise, a loud noise, it might last a few seconds.
10 minutes ain't a few seconds.
Having a jet fly over your house for 10 minutes, believe me, that's a long time.
how if we put them in your yard?
Yeah.
You wanna do about 30 minutes?
What do you think, Dean?
It's crazy.
It's hard to know everything right on the spot.
Get it, do what you have to do, get it done.
In those days, they mentioned 8 hours in all these papers and stuff.
Place a lawsuit against the
I
town.
would think that would be somewhat fair.
We're trying to compromise here.
Yeah, it was. So,
Push it along.
L10 to LEQ, 30 minutes?
Make it 30 minutes?
It's sad that you're negotiating our health and safety away. It's really sad.
Yeah, thanks. So he could line his pocket with money. That's all it comes down to. And that's why he's holding out, it's about money. You don't really care about the people that live next to the damn windmills, that where they're going.
The 420, that's it. There is no money. At all, period. If you leave it the way it is, then there's nothing.
Yep.
So there's no project. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bud. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, next up,
We'll remember
resolution
you.
to approve the contract with Baldwin Services for 2019, $8,800 per year. 7,000 of that goes for town and county, and 1,800 for payroll services.
I'll make a resolution that we approve the contract with Baldwin for 2019.
I second it.
Murray? Smith?
Aye.
Belt? Meeker?
Aye.
Hartman? 5 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstained.
And then I'm just gonna jump ahead and approve the payment of bills in abstract 9.
I'll make a motion to leave the thing that it goes on the abstract.
I'll second it. Roll call?
Kiefer?
Aye.
Whitman?
Aye.
Belt? Smith?
Aye.
Murray?
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstained.
Okay, Sam and Justin, do you guys wanna move closer at this time? Go through the budget? Probably.
Not really, no.
You dare.
Not very friendly around here.
It's a lively meeting.
Yeah, there's 2 right in front here.
You toned it down just because you're newbies.
Sure. Everyone, this is Sam and Justin from Baldwin County.
Hey.
We doing?
So last Friday we met and we went through the budget.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them for sale signs.
Does everyone have a copy of that in the back?
Easy for anything further.